I'm attorney Laura Anthony, founding partner of Legal and Compliance, a full-service corporate securities and business transactions law firm. Today is the continuation of a LawCast series discussing Rule 506 of Regulation D, including the difference between a traditional 506B offering and a 506C offering that allows for general solicitation and advertising. As previously discussed, both Rule 506B and C offerings preempt state law, and both allow for an unlimited capital raise and for continuous offerings. Rule 506B allows offers and sales to an unlimited number of accredited investors and up to 35 unaccredited investors, provided if any unaccredited investors are included in the offering, certain delineated disclosures are provided to all potential investors. Under Rule 506B, a company can rely on an investor's representation as to whether they are accredited, which is usually accomplished by checking a box in a subscription agreement or questionnaire. Rule 506B, however, prohibits the use of any general solicitation or advertising in association with the offering. Rule 506C allows general solicitation and advertising. However, all sales of securities are strictly limited to accredited investors, and the company has an added obligation to take steps to verify accredited investor status. The investor cannot simply check a box or self-verify. A gating question is whether a company is engaging in general solicitation or advertising for purposes of determining whether they are utilizing Rule 506B or C. I'm going to just run through some fact scenarios that either result in or don't result in solicitation and advertising. In a prior LawCast in this series, I discussed conferences and venture fairs, so I won't repeat that. SEC interpretations and case law have established the principle that where there is a pre-existing substantive relationship with offerees, offers to those offerees will not be considered to be a general solicitation or an advertisement. A pre-existing relationship is one that the company or someone acting on behalf of the company, such as a broker-dealer or investment advisor, has formed with the prospective investor prior to the commencement of the offering. The existence of a pre-existing relationship depends on facts and circumstances. There is no set minimum amount of time that a relationship must exist to be considered pre-existing. Substantive relationship is one in which the company or someone acting on the company's behalf has sufficient information to evaluate and does in fact evaluate such prospective investors' financial circumstances and sophistication and determines accreditation. Self-certifying by checking a box is not enough to establish a substantive relationship. Unrestricted, publicly available websites that offer or sell securities always constitute a general solicitation. Not all communications are solicitations for the sale of securities, even if a company is concurrently engaged in an offering. So, advertisements or disseminated information related to a company's products or services without the mention of a sale of securities will not necessarily be a general solicitation or advertisement for the offering unless it is clear that the communication is designed to prime the market or arouse interest in a securities offering. The absence of a pre-existing relationship does not automatically make a communication a general solicitation. A company may solicit prospective investors they are introduced to or who are members of an informal personal network of individuals or investors, such as angel investors group. As a rule of thumb, if all members of the group or network are sophisticated and experienced in the type of investment being offered, members of that group can be solicited without triggering the solicitation and advertisement rules under Regulation D. I'm securities attorney Laura Anthony, founding partner of Legal and Compliance. Should you have any questions about today's topic, please visit securitieslawblog.com and lawcast.com or contact me directly. Inquiries of a technical nature are always encouraged.